Welcome to the Your Next Me podcast. I want to talk about Easter today because we just finished Easter weekend, and Easter means reborn, means that we have a new life, that we are actually getting into a new era. And the butterfly is also coming from a reborn. The caterpillar is actually transforming in a butterfly, and I work with the butterfly principle. Why did I choose the butterfly as a metaphor for the principles and systems that I put into place? It's because, first of all, I had a feeling that I was stuck so many years in something I wasn't getting out of. I was keeping myself prisoned in a type of golden cage, even if the golden cage was not that gold anymore. But in any case, I had a feeling that I needed to move on to something else. And I wasn't taking enough my instincts and my decisions based on what I felt that was needed for me. So I was procrastinating on a decision I needed to take. And it took me years and years to understand that that was not helping me. It actually was giving me such a feeling that my body was not responding the right way with me anymore. And I had to live with pain all the time. I was basically almost every week at the chiropractor. So when I was thinking about after my burnout that I felt a new person, I felt like I had to take decisions and I could take those decisions, trust myself in my feeling. I finally understood that it sometimes takes time to get into a new life, but it's the same as from a caterpillar to a butterfly. But once that you're there and that you can fly out, that you actually can spread your wings and that you can do things again in a different dynamic with a better energy, an uplifting energy, then basically you feel that you're ready to go into this next level. And to me, the butterfly principle and the one that I feel is really important, it's the heart of the butterfly. It's in the middle of the body of the butterfly, which is your self-leadership, your self-care. If you don't take that enough into account, how can you possibly be successful? You are responsible of everything that you take as a decision, of everything that you do. But nevertheless, people feel sometimes that they want to point the mistakes or what happens to them to somebody else. But very often it is your own responsibility. It's because you had let it happen. And this has happened to me as well. I've let this happen very, very often. And I didn't take enough attention to my self-care. Today, as an entrepreneur, I work a lot. There is no secret. I do work a lot. And sometimes people tell me, Dominique, you're working too much. You should actually let go a little bit. And then I'm thinking, hey, what lesson do I take out of this? Do I have to listen to this? Or is my way of being in such a way that I need this uplifting energy? And it is, I need this energy because if I'm not, I'm starting to get into too much of thinking and not a depression, but I do have the negative thoughts coming up. While if I'm busy, I feel that I'm productive and I'm doing a lot more. But nevertheless, I don't work whole day. I take time to go for a walk for an hour or have an hour or 15 minutes sometimes. But I do go out and I take the time to do that. If it's not walk, I'm going for a swim. I do every morning my yoga or cardio exercises. That really helps me to be fit, to start my day with energy. Sometimes I just dance. And I'm taking care as well of the time that I need for my kids when they need me. They're grown-ups now, they're 17 years old, but nevertheless, they need me at times as well. And so all of that makes me think that I can choose the time that I'm giving, the time that I'm giving myself to basically balance out what I need. There are times that I also take an hour to sit in front of the TV and relax with a series because it's giving me the feeling that my mind can drop down and look at something that has absolutely no big significant learnings, but it helps me to relax. Sometimes I go for a massage. I try to do this at least once a month, but I just want to say that when people see you working a lot, it's not about working a lot. It's about setting up the right structures and making sure that you actually do the right things so that you can take time for yourself as well. When my dad passed away here a few months ago, I realized that my business was set up in such a way that I could take the time to sit with my mom, to be with my dad, and to be with my sisters, because I knew that my business was not breaking down while I was doing this. And I could take my calls here and there when needed. But I had set up things in my business that could flow, like, for example, all my content and social media is something that I could get into a system that is automated. So there are nowadays so many things that you can put into place to make sure that you can balance your life and that you can take care of yourself as well. Because your self-leadership is crucial. It's the base. When you talk about wealth, and everybody wants wealth, I would imagine. If not, then that means that you don't have the ambition and that you're probably procrastinating too much on all the things that don't work for you. But if you go with the things that really work for you and that you're passionate about it, I made a podcast in Dutch, though, with my mom, and my mom has been an entrepreneur all her life. And she told me at the end as well, can I say one more thing to the audience? I said, of course. She said, well, I think you can only continue doing those things when you are passionate. You need to have passion for what you're doing. You need to like what you're doing so that you can continue doing it. And I realized that every single day, even when there are days that I have to get up and that I don't feel like it because I might be tired as well. But then I realize, hey, if I do my exercises, if I'm doing my morning routine, if I take my cold shower like I like to do, I know that the energy will come back and that my passion will be there, because my motivation is not always high, but my passion for what I'm doing is always there. So even if there are days that I'm not that motivated, that's okay. It's not a bad deal. It's just that I have to realize, like, the intention of how long do I want to stay in it? And is that really something I want to continue doing? Is it helping me to be in that position? Most probably not. So then I can shift my mind, and shifting your mind is also self-leadership. It's making sure that you understand what you need. If you understand your challenges, if you understand the reasons why you have your motivation is down, your energy is down, if you do a little bit of self-awareness about and self-reflection about your things, then basically you will have a better idea of how you can solve them. And if you don't know how to do that, then obviously you have to have some help to get there and to get your energy back. I usually, with my clients, I give them my energy. I give them my motivation if they don't have it. I trust them even before they trust in themselves, because I know by going through the butterfly principle and with all the tools that I'm giving, that people will get in that space. I have one of my clients who has been working with over a year with me, and that's what he's saying. You changed my life. You changed my attitude. You changed my thinking. And that's where it all starts with. Even if people sometimes think, no, I need to have the marketing strategies, I need to have the sales strategies, and with that, I will get wealthy and I will be able to get, into the right spot with my business. Well, hell no. You'll have to have the attitude of your mind first, have your self-care first, and then when that is right, you will have the energy and the motivation to go for your passion. All entrepreneurs that are successful are taking quick decisions. And when they take quick decisions, it's because they have the right energy and the right attitude to do that. If they were down, if they were depressed, if they would be having those negative thoughts all the time, they wouldn't be in that position to take those actions. But by taking those actions, it gives them even more energy, and they will get in front of a lot of people that are helping them to level up. And it's only when you get there that you will feel that you can start doing it over and over again. So make sure that you get into the space where you want to uplift your energy, where you want to do that self-care, where you want to make sure that you're in a position where you can create your wealth and that you can do enough stuff to get there in an intelligent way, an efficient way, and that you can set up automations as well. So I have tons of, well, not tons, but I have I have about 4 programs that I can help you to do this. I'll just repeat them here. One is the immersion days, 2 days where I work with you in depth on your clarity, on your goals, your plan, your action plan. We go through that self-care as well with intuitive cooking, with a coaching walk that we do to look at your limiting beliefs. And so that after those 2 days, you have all the tools that you need to get into that next life, to that next step in your life and in your business. That's the immersion days. Next to that, I also have a mastermind with ladies in this case, no men right now, but why not? With ladies where every 2 months we come together and we look at challenges that we help overcome, or at least give you the tools to be able to take something out of that and apply it to your business. And we also look at your goals and your actions. And then I have the Yes Academy, which is a group academy where you will have a tool with all the videos. I have about 84 videos that gives you information about your mindset, your money mindset, how you reverse engineer your business, how you get your 10x goal set correctly, how you avoid procrastination, how you network, your whole marketing from A to Z. You have the whole sales process that's in there that is coming from Grant Cardone, the #1 sales mentor and coach in the world. So that's all that. And I do this again in the Shift program. Only the Shift program includes all of that, except the group coaching from the Yes Academy, because then I'm doing the one-on-one with you. And every week I keep you accountable. I help you think about your strategy and I help you structure your business. So again, there is enough here for you to be helped with. If you feel that that is something that you need right now and that you want to talk about that one challenge, then let's do that, because that's self-care as well. It's making sure that you are understanding what it is that you need and that you have the courage to discuss it and then take a decision, obviously, to move on and do something with it. I wish you a very nice week and I'll talk to you next time again. Bye.